What's up, fellas, gangs, gals, everybody? Hey, this is Dominic DeAngelo of OneTrueSport.com, OneTrueSportTV.com. I'm of plenty other outlets too, ad-free shows still. I'm all over the dang grid. One of a kind with RVD, Straight Talk with the Boss, Greg Gagne, Magnum TA, right down the middle with Bill Alfonso. Can talk a little bit more about that later, but hey, we got Raw to cover. 3 hours is a long time. It's the first time I sat in front of Raw for live in quite a while. And I do a show on Ad Free Shows, Rumor and Innuendo, with Robert Karpelis, former WWE writer. And I was telling him today, I was like, listen, I usually tune into Raw and I go and scrub through some of this stuff, just the segment stuff, almost the Hulu version of Raw, where it's like an hour and a half, and I'm like picking and choosing stuff. And I really enjoy Raw, watching it that way. I think Raw's good. It's a good show. It's 3 hours, though, and it's pro wrestling. I love pro wrestling, but 3 hours is a long time. I mean, football kind of flies by because you have the game. You can go eat. You don't have to, I don't know. It's competition. Everything kind of happens. What's up, Eddie? Eddie's in the chat. Eddie Prather. Good to see you, man. Guys, if you want to chime in the chat. Give me your thoughts on what you thought about Raw. It was a pretty fun show overall. Nothing crazy happened. Nothing. If I had hair, it didn't blow it back. But I think it was a pretty good show. There's a lot of intriguing stuff going on, I would say. Lots of stuff involving Judgment Day, as it should be. Liv Morgan. Really intrigued by a certain storyline, but we can get to that in a little bit. They hooked me for being a 3 hour show. I was not necessarily against anything, so I think it was pretty good. But let's get to some of this stuff. If you guys do chime in or want your thoughts, anything like that, feel free to pop in a comment there. Use the super chat, that helps out the show. I guess before I should start though too is just plug in exactly what we got through today. Is we introduced True Sport, so this is the first day diving into everything. We had the intro video, and then we had 1TS Daily with Zach Haydorn, were we colleagues? We kind of maybe were colleagues. I think we might have crossed paths at PW Torch. But maybe we did. I can't remember. He might have got there a little later after I was at WrestleZone. But we became friends, and now he's hosting our daily show, 1TS Daily, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can check out to him and support him and support what we're doing there in the mornings. But additionally today, we dropped the beginning of One True Sport to give everybody like a detailed background about what our channel is about, what our brand's about, because we have a merch site, which is OneTrueSport.com. And then the channel itself is OneTrueSportTV.com. So two different things to check out. But so we gave a rundown of what our goals are, what we want to convey and give to you guys. We're just very excited for it. So there's that. And then on top of it, Eddie Prather mentions it in chat. Love the Terry Funk interview. And yes, I love doing it. And that happened 4 years ago. I very positive that was Terry Funk's last interview, like long form at the very least. And I was really an honor to do it. I listened back to it, cut it up yesterday, made it completely unedited. And it was nice and bittersweet. If you go and watch that show, you can definitely check that out. And you can kind of see what I'm getting at. There's a good backstory and a good story to what me and Terry kind of connected over there. Awesome. WR show. Thank you so much. Planning on going 1TS this month. Looking forward to 1TS. Looking forward to having you on board, guys. Yes, you can join right below the YouTube video there. There's a little join button. I guess it doesn't show up very well on mobile, but if you're on your computer or laptop or whatever it may be, you can definitely hop on there and do it that way. So Liam Evans, Liam, thanks for joining. You just joined here at 1TS gonna be fire. That's what we're hoping. Yes, so you get early stuff on everything. You get early content. We get the shows. You get them a little bit early. I just released the new Straight Talk with the Boss, Magnum TA, Greg Gagne behind the paywall. So we talk about donning the Crimson Mask. That'll come a little bit earlier than what it did this week, but it usually drops Tuesday live for everybody on Tuesday morning. but I gave it to you a little early. Oh, my boy Derek, CU Communications. Best of luck with 1TS. Really happy for you boys. Can't wait to see all the content. We're excited too, Derek. Thanks for all the help. He helped us release our press release today. So big thanks to him. And thanks to everybody that has signed up too. We've had such great feedback. I love am I some sort of sycophant? I really enjoy the negative feedback. It's a lot of fun to read. Some people are really witty. Some people are kind of dumb, and it's just kind of funny. Like somebody said about the logo, it popped me big time. The 1TS logo that I have, it's not this one here that you see. It's the other one. Somebody said that one terrible logo, and I thought that was really funny. Hey, you can't please everybody. That's the name of the game. You just have a good time, make it happen, see what you can do, and throw out your best work. So, hey, I think WWE kind of did some good work tonight. They did. Let's cover some stuff here. It kicked off with Liv Morgan. I think she's pretty good as a heel. It's kind of interesting. She's kind of like sometimes flat in a way, but it's also obnoxious. So she's doing her job. And I think, that she's really enjoying this aspect of like, hey, rubbing it in everybody's face. I took out Rhea Ripley. I retired Becky Lynch early. I am your women's world champion. The revenge tour is complete and all that stuff. So she's having a heck of a time with it. I think her dynamic with Dominic is really good. And I think Dominic's doing really good. Playing that what is it? Oh my God, this obnoxious kind of person that trying to please Rhea Ripley, but he's avoiding temptation, or at least conveying that. And that's a really fun dynamic to kind of see go on air. And I love Finn Balor playing the dad role, like breaking it up and kind of stuff. That whole thing was pretty good. I liked that segment, and I liked that it kind of hooked you for later on coming down the line here on Raw. But then we did have Finn Balor taking on Dragon Lee. This was also a good setup for two factions that were going to compete in the main event later on. Dragon Lee really showcased himself on there. And then, the Judgment Day ended up winning. Balor ended up winning there. And perpetuated that storyline about, them getting crooked win and everything like that. And that kind of went down a little bit more later on with Carlito and Braun Strowman, where they beat down Braun. It's interesting what they're going to do with Braun. He seems like out of place. Like they're like, oh, he can charge around. He's like this big chaotic aspect of it all. You don't know where he's going and what he's doing. He's just chasing Judgment Day, seeking vengeance. And here they took him out. So, we got a new member. He did join. So thank you, WR. I can spell really well. WR show. I appreciate it, man. So thank you for joining, guys. Yeah, you could sign up at One Tree right below there. Anywho, Braun Breaker was fun. I love Braun Breaker. He's a really fun aspect of this show. Him taking out Ricochet is kind of cool. You can kind of see them setting it up a little bit. Michael Cole teased about Samantha Irvin, mentioning that they're actually Ricochet and her are in an actual relationship. So we'll probably see more of this to come. Ilya Dragunov is playing a good role in this. It's kind of fun. This is a good matchup. This is a good lineup for both. The Braun is this another force. Not Braun. Oh my God, there's two Brauns on here. Two unstoppable Brauns on Raw. That just dawned on me. So it's like he's another unstoppable force going around, and it's two smaller guys kind of going up against him. It's neat to see. And good storytelling. They're elevating Braun. He got like this awesome Frankensteiner done. It's just so much ties to Scott and Rick. It's really neat. I mean, obviously he's their nephew and kid. So, I mean, yes, that's going to happen. Jeez, Dominic. But I like it. I like seeing them Steinerized. Yes, Liam, hell of a Frankenstein. I agree with that. Brian, I'll get to your questions here in a second. Let me see what we see. Brian Haremza. Do you see Liv taking over as new head of Judgment Day or just taking Dom away? That's interesting. You know, they've teased forever that Judgment Day has been on the rocks. There's friction between the faction, uh, all this kind of stuff. It really depends on what they want to do with Damian Priest, I think. Do they want to turn him heel completely? He is a heel, I guess, but he's kind of this tweener. Robert Karpolis and I were talking about that today. He's kind of this tweener, and it's almost like he's stuck into this purgatory of being a big man, being cool and charismatic that can connect with fans, and that can clearly happen. Where do you fit him in? Because he's going up against he'll be going up against smaller baby faces at some point when they return, like a CM Punk, like a Seth Rollins. And Seth Rollins not small, but he's, um yeah, it's interesting. If I had to guess, Bryant, I would say that, man, you put a new bill in my head that I wasn't thinking of. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no. She's just being a chaos agent for all of it. If I had to make a guess, and that's my guess. Um, but yes, Sheamus took on Ludwig Kaiser. Didn't really catch that match. Caught that a little late. I caught the tail end of that. But you know, Sheamus, I like him in this role. It's kind of I've enjoyed his babyface run. I kind of like him, like a little out of shape and stuff like that, and how he's kind of embraced that. Ludwig Kaiser, they're putting the focus on. It's kind of neat. You know, we had the focus on, oh my God, Gunther, and now Ludwig is involved in getting more popularity and we get more eyes on him, and that's what you want to see happen. Like a lot of these times, the right hand men, one of them goes away. We saw that with Giovanni Vinci, and now Kaiser's getting eyes on him. So you want to see that kind of get this guy elevated and moved up more along, just right behind Gunther, basically. So, yeah, and he's got charisma. He's got a presence about him. And I think there's some good stuff to come. With Sheamus, it'll be interesting what they decide to line him up with at Clash at the Castle. Because, it'll probably be Gunther, right? Maybe be Gunther, because isn't Damian Priest taking on Drew? Yeah, so it might be Gunther. I mean, that kind of makes sense. I think you could have Sheamus lose, he's in that position, in that role now, that you can make him lose, and that's it. Brian Ramsey chimes in with another good question. Do you see Braun being built to have the next dominant IC title run? You know what, Brian? I was thinking that was going to happen at WrestleMania. I thought he was going to be the one to unseat Gunther, not Sami Zayn. And we'll talk about that in a second. I guess that'll lead me to that because, I think when you have Gunther lose, you want it to really, really mean something. And I get, in the scheme of what they were building towards, it did mean something in Sami Zayn's story. But in regards to building a new star and making that impact, I thought that was what was going to happen. They were going to put Braun and have him beat Gunther. And there you go. He's already the Intercontinental Champion. And it's kind of like something you don't see all the time. So, yes, I believe so, Brian. I think that's a good question. But to Sami Zayn, and I love this Alpha Academy kind of dynamic here. So I'm kind of like how the whole Alpha Academy is being built as this, we're subservient to Chad Gable. It makes sense. It's kind of like, I don't know if it's getting to the point where it's overstaying its welcome. I just really want to see, Otis kind of be like, all right, this is enough. I had enough of this. And we got close. We got close tonight, but no cigar. What I do like, and I will say this, I was not a fan of Sami Zayn winning that Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania. Like I just said, I wanted Braun to become the champ and really just put a star right on the map immediately. Make Gunther's loss feel like a real big deal. And it still felt like a big deal, but it was Sami Zayn, who was already established, who we've seen before. And I know they were trying to kind of complete a story of him trying to win a singles championship. So, but tonight, I really liked him as the Intercontinental Champion, and this guy that's really trying to convince these other baby faces, these other potential baby faces, to, hey, wisen up and get rid of Chad Gable here. Get off of his his academy teaching lessons that are very in line with him and his views. So I like Sami Zayn, what they're doing. So that I have to give credit for. I do like that. And I think it's a fun storyline. What have been your guys' favorite storylines on Raw so far? What's really been hooking you to tune in on Mondays? Is there a certain star? Is there a certain storyline or angle that they're doing that you've been liking? Something that I haven't been liking is the tag team title reign of R-Truth and Miz. R-Truth is great, and like he's funny. I think he can play a lot more roles than just a comedic act, though. Like, we've seen him before, like kind of get serious and crazy and things like that. I'd love to see Ron Killings. Like, boom. I miss the cigarette smoking Ron Killings, the R-Truth. I miss the capital punishment when he was facing John Cena R-Truth. But he is great in this role. Miz is not so great, I think, as this baby face. I was thinking, I'm a big D. Martin fan, so I was thinking, he's in the D. Martin straight man role to Jerry Lewis's like slapstick role to R-Truth Jerry Lewis. Miz is the D. Martin. He's not very good in this role. Miz is just great as an obnoxious heel. It's kind of hard to pin him down as a babyface. I thought when he first made his turn, I was like, oh, this is intriguing to kind of see him. And I mean his first babyface turn, so like years back. I was like, this is kind of intriguing. I wonder if he can do it. And they didn't really give him a chance to do it because it's a Vince McMahon era and he wasn't good at booking babyfaces. So I was like, maybe him as a babyface later on. But now it's not hitting for me. It's not hitting for me. Yes, that's a question I have. I'm not if I had to pick something that really stuck out like a sore thumb, it's that tag team championship dynamic between those guys. It's not that they don't have chemistry, but Miz is just not fitting that role right. Thanks. WWR show. D. Martin is actually a good contrast for this angle. Thank you. I appreciate that. Anytime I can shout out D. Martin or make mention of him, I will. Believe you me. Ask my degenerate brother Marcus. He knows. D. Martin's birthday actually coming up in 4 days, June 7th. My second favorite day of the year behind my birthday. So I don't know if my birthday's my favorite day of the year. It's just nice. I don't know. I'm weird. I've turned 39. I still appreciate my birthday. I don't know. People are embarrassed by their birthday. I kind of like mine. Anywho, whatever. New Day versus AOP. I love Karrion Kross. I've always been a fan of his, and I like he's getting to show his acting chops and some of this stuff. He's like kind of manipulating Xavier Woods. He's not like talking in this menacing demeanor. It's almost like this friendly conversational demeanor that is menacing, and I like it. He's just got a good presence about him, and I really, really hope they do some. I really hope New Day breaks up on this. I hope they do something fresh. New Day is great as a tandem. They're fun. But it's been years. It's been years since let's shake this up. It's time to move on. It's time to get things going. Maybe get Kofi in this prominent top good babyface role. You're elevating Xavier by turning him heel if you do that. And you're elevating Kofi again by having him go up against these guys. And then in turn, he's a former WWE champion. You're elevating that whole faction and this whole storyline. You want this Final Testament faction to make sense. You want it to click. There's so many good components to this. AOP was hot in NXT. Freaking Paul Ellering's there. Scarlett is awesome. Karrion Kross is awesome. I love the faction. I want them to work. I think Karrion Kross is really showing his acting ability and just that camera presence. I like it a lot. Yes, thank you, Brian. I wish they would still do more with Kross. I agree. Hey, yes. When the moon hits your eye, Eddie, that's Amore. That's right, Eddie. That is Amore. Oh my gosh, this is turning into the D. Martin show. Kiana James, I like her. I kind of only caught a glimpse of her in NXT, but I definitely like her. I think she's really good in this business role that is kind of like this know-it-all talented woman that Natalya looks great, by the way. It's such a shame they really don't put the momentum behind her because she has such a legacy. She's so talented. She's got a great look. It's just like that call back to the Hart Foundation, call back to her dad, to Brett, to Owen. They even said enough is enough. If she goes, AEW should really make the most of her. Really, really make the most of her. And if she stays, WWE should really make the most of her. I would just, she could still do a good singles run with the women's title. But it's just like, you have to build to that. You have to build if you're going to do that. If you're WWE, if you're AEW, you have to do the same. They haven't really done that with their women's division. So much of it's gotten bungled. Willow's looking great, though. Willow Nightingale. Mercedes Monet's a star. She just, you just got to find the lane that she's going to be in where it fits her best, where you position her best as that star. Like, obviously putting her in these, I know we're going Dynamite here. This is the one true view. I'm giving my one true view, I guess, but it's on several different aspects of wrestling. It's just with Sasha, her Mercedes, you want to make sure that she is positioned in the right fashion. You want to make the most of her minutes. Being on the mic, I don't know. You just got to find something that fits her. Find somebody maybe that she can fit with. Make it work. You got to make it work because you're paying a whole lot of money for her and you want to make her feel like a big deal. And so far, it's not really good return on investment. Yeah, I agree, Eddie. She does need to have a mouthpiece and be a heel. Yeah, I agree too, Eddie. New Day has been a miss without Big E. He was a major component of that. All three of those guys together, they made the whole thing work. You don't have him anymore. You can't. It's time to move it on and shake it up. WR show. Do you think Natalya has one more title run left? And should it be as a heel or a face? I think it should be as a face. I'm already thinking of her as a face. Yeah, I definitely think she does. In either promotion, I think she should. It's always just been a head scratcher why they haven't put her in that position, to be honest. Like, I can get why Vince didn't, because Vince is not all there when it comes to how he booked baby faces and how he booked people. But now it's just like, hey, you got this veteran, and why not put her? Why not give her that one last run? I'm all for veterans, like people, wrestlers and stuff like that. I think Dustin Rhodes could have a world title run. I think a lot of these older talent that can still get it done should be still put in that role while they can. You know, I happen to work with one of those guys, Rob Van Dam. You might know him. He can still get it done in the ring just fine. A-OK, looking great. So rvdtv.com. Go there. Okay. Let's see what else I want to talk about here. The main event was good. My favorite part of Raw. Rey Mysterio interacting with that old lady. I don't know if it was a specific woman. Maybe somebody in chat can help me. That old lady, was she somebody that Rey knew, or was it just a fan? Either way, it's great. If it's just a fan, so cool. I love Rey Mysterio. I did get to interview him WrestleMania weekend, but let me say, when they came to SmackDown in Pittsburgh, man, he was in the dark match there, and that was the best match of the night. He was tagging up with Dragon Lee against Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. Best match of the night. Rey at 47. You see all these high flyers and athletes in AEW. You see him in WWE. You see all the moves they can make. Rey is still on another level than those people. It's just amazing. It's so cool to see. He does a great job. And man, we should really appreciate him while he's here. Another guy that could get another world title run. Make it work. Robert kind of talked about him being a transitional guy for Gunther. So that you could put the belt on him. I would be okay with that. Give Rey the title. I love veteran guys. Okay. Let me see here. Did he say this? Rewind 89. Does Kurt Angle really think he took Chuck Liddell in his prime? That he could take Chuck Liddell in his prime? I wouldn't see why Kurt would think otherwise. I mean, he's an Olympic gold medalist, and he was the best at it. For him to say, maybe not. And Kurt wanted to get in MMA. So I don't blame Kurt whatsoever for thinking that way. Of course you want to think that. And I would, if they were both in their prime going against it, who's to say Kurt wouldn't take him out? Like Chuck Liddell, I don't know his fighting style, but he seems like a more with the fists, less with the wrestling. So I think Kurt could definitely do something like that. Hey, Real Rilla, thank you. Great channel, a lot of good content. That's the plan here. We're trying to make things happen and have a good time. And we appreciate everybody in here. Yes, so that'd be great. It's great to have everybody here. Does the LWO still have value right now, or should Rey be on his own? No, I like the LWO. I really liked it when Santos Escobar was in it too, and I liked that they kind of lined up. I didn't. He's good heel. Santos is a good heel, but I was ready for a babyface run with him and Rey together. It seems like they're putting Dragon Lee in that role now instead. But yeah, I think there's value in the LWO still. I think though you do need to boost it up, light a fire under it. Dragon Lee, I think, is a component of that. Rey's obviously a component of that. I almost feel like you need somebody unexpected to join it, and but who that is, I don't know. But I think that there's some stuff you can do with that. So yeah. What else did I want to cover? Did I miss anything significant? I'm sure I have. I always want to say this. I think Adam Pierce is awesome as a GM. It's funny that the women's tag match, Jade. Yeah, how could I forget? Jade Bianca defended their tag team championships against Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark, and it's an unexpected match. When they come, so I can kind of be an idiot when I'm watching the show. Backstage, they had that backstage segment with Sonya Deville and them, and they're saying like, "Oh, I think you're the only one that doubts us, Sonya, and like, leave us the heck alone," and stuff like that. So like, I'm like, something's gonna happen there. Like, they're gonna get their comeuppance, and this is a further storyline where they do need Sonya. Well, anywho, they come out there. Jade and Bianca are out there, and then they come out there and interrupt. Me, kind of how I think sometimes. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be they should really build this feud. Like, build it, bring it to Clash at the Castle. Have these two. These two four women complement one another. Like, Bianca's so great on the mic. Jade's great on the mic. All of them have great looks in their own right, and I love the contrasting colors from their outfits and stuff like that. I was all for them, like, just building these teams. These are the teams that vie for those championships because they're both have credibility. They both have credibility, both teams. And so, like, when they were doing it, I'm like, dang, yeah, this is awesome. I want this. Give this to me. Like, let's this build up. Let's have this be the Hearts and against oh my god, the other tag team that they always the Rockers. Yeah, let's have this. Let's have it that way. No, they just had the match there right off the bat, and I maybe down the line, I think they were still going to get that lesson learned from Sonya Deville. But what led me to this is I really like Adam Pierce coming out and being that good moral compass for the show, where he's like, nah, he comes out and he gets booed because all the fans think he's going to stop the match from actually happening. Here, he books it right then and right now. It's just a cool babyface authority figure move. It makes sense. It's fun. It doesn't make you scratch your head like the authority roles here in AEW has. It's just it just speaks to what they're doing right. Yambag, yeah, new member. All right, thank you, Yambag, the best shit stirrer in all of the internet wrestling community. I hate that term, but I'll just use it for right now. Thank you, Yambag. Heck yeah, everybody's pumped to have Yambag here. Brian is, Eddie is. Bring Conan back for the LWO. That would be cool. That would be cool. I like it. I like it. Yes. I sign on to that. Rewind. I'm down for that. Trying to think, is there anything else I need to cover? What did I miss? I'm looking here. Let me scroll through real quick this whole recap thingy. Liked Braun Breaker, like I said. Braun Strowman. Oh, Braun Strowman and Carlito. Yeah, I kind of touched upon that, I guess. They were getting some good chair shots. I'll say that to Braun. It was fun to kind of watch that. I think that's it, guys. If you have any questions here, get them in here real quick, and I'll be happy to answer them. But heck, I always want to encourage use the super chat. That will help out us here too. Uh, if you want to get your question definitely answered, if you just want to support the show, I appreciate that. But thank you guys for joining. Yambag, joining the membership here with the WDR show. It's pretty cool to see. It's really flattering to see. Like I said, the feedback has been great so far. Me, Paul, and Marcus are really happy with all this stuff, and we're happy to have you guys along for the ride. And we're gonna see what great content we can come up for you guys and make this a real great community with lots of stuff to enjoy throughout throughout the year, throughout the weeks of wrestling, because wrestling has been a lot of fun. It's exciting to cover. It's wild to cover. Like at this juncture, you would have thought AEW would have been at a different position than where they were at 5 years ago. Like you'd think, oh, they're well on their way. Things are cooking. They're the new hot company. Here, the coin is turned. It's WWE, and it's not AEW. AEW has a lot of work to do, and they've got a lot of stars. They have a lot of potential there. It's great when it comes to the talent. When it comes to the storytelling, the week-to-week booking, you ask anybody across the board, it's like Tony Khan needs to utilize the people he has behind the scenes and take a step back. He can always have the final say. That's fine. But geez, take the pressure off yourself to do all these shows and do everything. I know it's your passion, and heck, it's your company. Do what you want. You pay all this money, but you're doing your talent, your roster, your staff, your television, partners. You're doing them all a disservice if you don't pay attention to detail, if you don't tell the week to week, the little details and what you want to convey on a weekly basis and the stars that you want to build. You're doing your whole roster a disservice if you don't do that kind of stuff. Take the step back. There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes I'm like, what the hell am I doing? I'm not. Tony Khan goes way above another level I am at all the work, I'm sure, even that he has in mind, that he wants to have executed. That, and I'm not just talking from the wrestling standpoint, from all his other stuff he's got going on, from the Jaguars to the Fulham. Is it Fulham? I don't know. Is it Fulham? I don't know soccer. But he's got a lot of stuff on his plate. And he doesn't turn off. He's not realizing that he needs to, and that it's important. Give yourself a break. Let some of the people that know what they're doing, that have been there before, handle some of this stuff. Put the right people in place. Don't let people bend your ear too much and things like that. And obviously, I'm not there. I don't know the ins and outs of it all. But I will say what I've seen, what I've heard, you can do a lot better. And obviously, that conveys over the screen on a basis. You see that with whatchamacallit, Collision here. Will Ospreay versus Roderick Strong. Was it? No. Will Ospreay versus who was it? Oh, Kyle O'Reilly. And the ratings were not good. And that's a great match. So you're not doing something right. You got to I've said this several times. I'll say it again, but hey, Tony Khan, give me a ring. I'll be happy to help you out. But yeah, I got some friends, knows what they're doing, that have some experience in the ring, behind the pen. Magnum TA's done some booking, stuff like that. So, let's see. Do you say? Oh, this is what I forgot. Do you see Jey Uso as a front runner for Money in the Bank? Yes, absolutely, 100%. Yes, he's my pick. He's the one who should, I think, get it right off the bat, because guess what? Jey Uso is fun in the role of chasing the title. He doesn't necessarily need to have a title. If I were to give him a title right now, it would be the Intercontinental Championship. I think he probably would have been a better fit than Sami, to be honest. But like I just said, Sami's doing a good job as the champion right now. So, yeah, I think this is perfect. It was neat when Rob Van Dam had the briefcase. This would be a good compliment for Jey Uso to have this briefcase. You could have a lot of fun with that. The Yeet case, the main event case, I don't know. He'd come up with something cool with him. He would come up with something clever. And it was cool seeing him interact with those fans, cutting a promo like that, organic connection. What you want to see from a baby face. And that's, again, speaks to the point why Damian fits more in the heel side than he would maybe on the babyface side, because you have somebody like a Jey Uso. You'll have somebody like a CM Punk. You'll have somebody like a Seth Rollins coming back. There's several other people injured too. You have Rey Mysterio on the roster. So it's just like, you don't necessarily need Damian in that role, but bam, is Jey Uso so good as a babyface. He definitely has a connection with fans. And could potentially, depending on how they handle Cody as the champion. I love Cody. Cody's definitely in my top 5 right now, modern favorite wrestlers. Depending on how that Cody gets handled and how Cody handles himself throughout this championship run, Jey has the potential to be, in that Cody role where he's not hugging and kissing and, doing all the, he's doing the babyface stuff, but not to the level Cody is. But he's got that kind of edgy connection, if that makes sense. He's got that edgy connection with the people. And so Cody, I think Cody can get that. Cody has the capability of doing that. Is he going to fit that as the champion? Can he make it work as the champion where people are hunting him down? Can Cody keep that connection with the fans? It'll be interesting to see. This is going to be a fun season. WrestleMania should be a lot of fun. Clash at the Castle is going to be fun. Scotland's going to be a wild crowd, and it's always neat to see how the dynamic of the fans change when you go overseas, especially if you have somebody like Drew McIntyre in a prominent position at the top heel, but it's a fucking home country. I mean, that's pretty cool. Okay, let's see. Yeah, see? Oh, Andrews. Hey, yes, Andrew Mays. Good match, but no one saw it. But if no one saw it, was it a good match? Yeah, that's the thing. It's like you could say how great of a match it was, but I saw a great match that happened on main event, the Raw after WrestleMania. It was Ivar and Julius Creed. It was an amazing match. It was probably my favorite match of the night. The crowd got into it. How many people saw it? Yep, that's it. Eddie, Tony Khan books like he is running an eFed. I loved eFeds. I was a big eFed fan. I liked. It was really weird. It's just such a completely different thing. You'd make your roster. Oh, it was fun because then you could have like Todd Hall and somebody from WWE over there. It was just neat. I missed the eFeds. I used to do the. I think they were still called eFeds, where it was like, I don't know if anybody else did these, but where you would join like a forum and then they would create a wrestling league and you had your creator wrestlers. And what the big thing was is you could do it. It was during the No Mercy time. So you literally created your wrestler. You created your wrestler. And the neat thing was whoever was operating this thing, they would make your wrestler on their game and then they would somehow screenshot it in this time where it was like 2001. And they would write out the shows. It was really fun. And the stakes felt so high for yourself because you wanted your wrestler to do good. It was on your own to write your promos. Did anybody do this? Was this just me and Marcus? We used to do this. It was UPWF was the name, Ultimate Pro Wrestling Federation or something it was called. It was, I remember some of the wrestlers. My guy was Tony Grapevine from Philadelphia. His finisher was the pizza cutter. And oh man, it was a lot of fun. I would cut promos for him. It's a lot of fun. Marcus's, this is a Marcus. His was the Blazing Inferno. Yes, sunglasses, kind of like Bryan Adams. He looked like kind of mixture of Bryan Adams and Kane. This is all made on No Mercy, like I said. So that was his guy, and he had the reverse tombstone as his finisher. Anyway, fun stuff. Let's talk about eFeds, guys. I'm always for that. eFeds are cool, Eddie says. Just don't book real life. But yeah, I agree with that. Okay, Dom, if Gunther and Braun Breaker feuded, who would be the babyface? Right now, I don't think you can. It would just be hard to say who. I mean, I would say at WrestleMania season, Braun was a babyface, but then they've established him as this fish person, you would be doing either one of disservices this juncture to have either one of them be a babyface. But I mean, if you were like in a vacuum, I think Braun would be the babyface here. All right. So cool. I think that'll do it for this first episode. We went 41 minutes. We've had some good engagement. We've had, I think we broke down Raw pretty good here. Guys, if you like what you're seeing, be sure to like, subscribe to the One True Sport channel here if you haven't. Spread the word. Get the word out. Help us out. We want to get this thing cooking. The more people that subscribe or join, the more we can do eventually and get things going and making sure that we have some good content for you. We're going to get good content for you. It's going to happen. How do we get members if we don't have good content? That's the key. So yes, be on the lookout for some stuff. I'm going to try to get some interviews. We're gonna definitely have some bonus content, but yeah, guys, check out the tiers that we have going here. If you'd like to sign up, I can do a quick rundown real quick before I go. The contender tier, which is the lowest one, you get early access to podcasts, both the video and the audio version. Now, some of these shows like Arn and Straight Talk with the Boss, they don't have an audio component podcast form. Now here they do. So you sign up for an RSS feed, you get a private RSS feed. You'll get the audio of Magnum, Gagne, early versions of these too. And then same with Arn, same with Jake Roberts, all these guys. You'll get these all early. Mostly commercial free too. Magnum and Greg don't have any commercials. And so yeah, so be sure to check that out. You get the contender banner. What you see there, I got to make these for people. Contender banner. It just says contender, and you do that. You get access to the One True Sport Discord. We'll get more coming on that. I don't want to reveal anything too much, but we just started it today. We just set it up today. Thanks to Andrew Hermes too for helping us out on that. And then the OTS hotline. It'll be just a little something I do every week, at least once a week, maybe twice, depending on how the news goes. Depending on how my time is, I will give you a little rundown of a recap of what the week it has entailed, what the news is at that moment, and it'll be on the audio feed. So there's that for the contender. In addition to that, we have Traveling Champion. Oh, let's go there. Let's go to Workhorse first because that's a $24.99. You get the membership sticker after 2 months. I'll make something pretty cool. I haven't thought about what I want to make, but we'll make it cool. Workhorse cool. Then you get all the previous stuff from the contendership tier, but you'll get a bonus episode monthly, one talent. You will get access to that. That will be on the private Workhorse feed and Traveling Champion feed as well. Monthly host Q&A or watch along. You get, Marcus, Paul, or myself. You'll join us on a private Zoom, and we do a Q&A with you guys. That's it. It's kind of neat. And then custom graphic or Workhorse banner for X profile. So custom graphic is like a profile picture. Workhorse is the banner like you put on Twitter or anything like that. So if you sign up here, you tell me what you want when it comes to like a graphic of something that you can tie wrestling together with a profile picture or something. I'll be happy to make it. You also get annual merch. Once a year, you'll get something that we come up with for you. Probably a t-shirt, odds are. But who knows? The shout out for new members monthly. Yes, that will happen maybe on social media if you have a social media handle. If you maybe on the show, we'll shout you out on the show, but you'll get a shout out. And then again, access to the Discord. Finally, we will go to the Traveling Champion. When $39.99 a month. Can't beat it here. You get an exclusive tee after 2 months of being signed up. Then you'll get quarterly merch too after 6 months of signed up. So in total, you will get at least 5 tees if you are a Traveling Champion throughout the year. How about that? Is that right? Am I stupid? I think that makes sense. Yeah, 5 tees, right? Yeah. Okay. Then a monthly virtual Q&A with the legend. So we'll have one of the legends, whether it's part of our One True Sport umbrella or maybe somebody else, surprise, will be there that you can talk to and do a Q&A with. yeah, so there's that. Maybe we'll have a vet, an established talent too. Maybe like not necessarily legendary styles, but a name star, hopefully. Uh, then we'll have a bonus episode with a legend. So like not something live, but it will be like, hey, we're chatting up with this person. We're talking. Marcus is talking to Ricky Morton about this his almost winning the title against Ric Flair or something like that. Then same thing, the host Q&A will that what I mentioned before. Now here at this level, you get a custom banner for your X profile. So same thing if that's what you wish. Or I am going to design a framework for a custom digital trading card. So you give me a picture of you with a wrestler, you, whatever your preference is, and then give me a little bio, and I'll pop it on the back, put your picture on the front. Looks like a cool card. And then you'll get a follow on Instagram by a legend on the thing, or X, whichever one you use on social media. You'll get a follow from somebody. Birthday club shout out from a legend. Yes, so you give us your birthday. At some point, we'll make sure one of the legends gives you a birthday shout out, making sure that you feel appreciated because we appreciate you. And there you go. So there it is, $39.99 a month. You get a good. Oh, geez, I forgot the JD Hoop poster, custom 17-1 True Sport poster by JD Hoop himself. Look at that baby. That's awesome. Features are 6. How many is there? Oh my God, 7. I can't count. 7 main talents. So check them out. You can sign up right below on the YouTube. Yes, or you can go to onetruesport.com. Check out the merch we got there, and you can sign up through that way too. So we give you some options. But yes, I thanks everybody for tuning in. Eddie Prather, Andrew Hermes, the research guy, Bryant Haremza, new man, Yambag Jones, Rewind. Thanks for joining in. Real Rula, thank you for the compliment and stuff like that. WR Show, thank you for signing up. Appreciate you guys. Yes, well, a lot of D Martin talk. There'll be more to come. Rest assured. Liam Evans, thank you too. And guys, this is fun. So this won't be every Raw. Raw's a long thing to watch, but I will do a live once review maybe again this week, maybe not, but be on the lookout because there's some cool stuff going on. If I have time on Dynamite, if I have time on maybe the Dark Side of the Ring, I might do something. Not Dark Side, Who Killed WCW, that airs tomorrow. If I get Vice, I don't know if I get Vice. Maybe I'll do something. Well, I can't. I'm recording with Fonzie tomorrow. Bill Alfonso, right down the middle. Tune in rvdtv.com. We'll be live. I might put it live on here. Why not? We'll put it live. We'll put Fonzie live on here. Tomorrow, we're going live on One True Sport Network. How's that sound? Me and Bill Alfonso. I believe we'll start at 8 o'clock. I have to confer with Fonzie. But we'll make sure it's fun. We're talking RVD. It's a fun show. Fonzie's a lot of fun. He's going on. We're putting him on One True Sport. Oh, be ready. Jeez, I broke some news for you guys. How about that? So there we go. All right, guys. This was fun. I will see you down the line here on One True View. Keep your eyes open. See what I did there? Bye, guys.